Hello friends, welcome back in the journey of sensory system. We started a series of lecture on sensory system, okay? And we already described the sensory system about the sensation, about the receptors, okay? Then we move ahead and describe the fundamental difference between the generalized sensation and spatial sensation. We defined that spatial sensation comes from spatial organs in our body, from the spatial organs of our body. Clear? Then we described the first sensory organ, that is our ear. Okay, we had detailed discussion over the ear. Today we will talk about one of the fundamental, we can say, the sensory system or a fundamental sensation, that's called the sensation of taste. Sensation of taste. Write down. Sensation of taste. Clear? Now we will deal the sensation of taste under these flowing outlines. So today's lecture outline is, we will first discuss about the introductory part, then about the taste bud, okay, then about the taste buds. Clear? Then we will define about where these taste buds are situated, okay, then types of papillae, okay, then structure of taste bud, okay, then pathways for taste. We know that taste is perceived by the taste buds, by the help of taste buds, but the actual center of taste is in our central nervous system. So we will see basically the pathways of taste, then the primary taste sensations, okay, then about the taste transduction, how the chemical signals is eventually transformed into the action potential, okay. Then we will lastly define the applied physiology, what are the problems can be arises due to the defect in this pathway, or we can say this sensation, that's a sensation of taste. Understood? Now, as you know that taste is one of the fundamental sensory sensation. It's one of the fundamental sensation, okay. These taste buds, they are chemosensitive, okay. You know that taste is perceived by the help of taste buds, okay. Now generally you know that TAST wala taste, okay. So taste bud, you know that taste bud is a chemosensitive. It's a chemosensitive. Now what do you mean by the chemosensitive? Chemosensitive means that it can sense the chemical ingredient or chemical part of the food, okay, okay. But you know that we feel good, okay, only when we do one thing jointly. That's we can taste as well as smell. That means the taste buds is interconnected, or we can say the taste bud function is predominantly regulated by the olfactory nerves, okay, So it have the interrelationship okay, with very good olfactory nerves. That's why when you have the common cold, okay, there is a loss of this taste sensation, okay, because the blockage of the nose can lead to the, we can say, we are not actually perceiving the accurate taste, okay. When we have the common cold, we actually not perceiving the actual taste, because taste buds is also regulated, or they have the interrelationship with the olfactory nerve, the secondary nerve, okay. Now the sensation of taste, okay, the sensation of taste is called gustatory. It's called gustatory gustatory sensation. Okay, you came across this word in your textbook, gustatory sensation. Understood? Now, these taste buds, they are ovoid. They are mainly the ovoid, like oval in shape. Their structure is oval in shape. So they are the ovoid. Clear? And you know that more than 100, write down, more than 10,000 taste buds is present in adults. Okay, more than how many? 10,000 taste buds is present in the adults, and in the children's this number go even higher. Okay, in the children's this number goes higher. Understood? Clear? Now, taste buds carries cell. Taste buds carries the cell. Okay, they are made up of primarily the 4 types of cell. Okay, it carries, taste buds is made up of cells. Okay, how many types? 4 types. Understood? It's a 4 types of taste. So once again, I am summarizing. The sensation of taste is also called as gustatory sensation. Okay, gustatory sensation. It is basically a chemosensitive. Okay, and via the help of taste buds, we are able to perceive the taste. We are able to perceive the taste. Clear? Then it have the interrelationship with the olfactory nerve. It have the interrelationship with the olfactory nerve. Clear? Understood? Then their shape, as far as their shape is concerned, they are a ovoid. They are a ovoid or oval in shape. Understood? And they are the taste buds. They are made up of 4 types of cell. Okay, they are made up of the 4 types of cell. Understood? And more than 10,000 taste buds is present in the adults, and even their number goes higher in the case of childs. In the case of childs, and you know, like taste buds, something you put it in your mouth and you feel happy. You feel happy, like sweets. Okay, that's why the children are more happier, because they have the more taste buds. Understood? They have the more taste buds. Now, as I said that taste buds, or we can say the perception of the taste, is mediated by the taste buds. Okay, by the help of taste buds, and the actual center of taste buds, the analysis area, is our central nervous system. Okay, so central nervous system, how they will know that which taste is coming? They will know by the help of 3 nerves. By the help of 3 nerves. Write down the name of nerve which is associated with the taste buds. Okay, the first is your facial nerve. Okay, hypoglossal nerve. Okay, and vagus nerve. Okay, the branches of facial nerve, the hypoglossal nerve and vagus nerves, these are the cranial nerves which help in taking the action potential from the taste buds. Okay, from the taste buds, and sending to the higher system. That's called the central nervous system. Okay, and these nerves, they go which part of the central nervous system? Which lobe of the central nervous system? Which lobe? Very good. It goes in the parietal lobe. It goes into the parietal lobe. Parietal lobe is concerned with the, very good, it is concerned with this sensation of taste. It is concerned with the sensation of taste. Understood? Now, once you understood about the taste buds, we will now move ahead and describe where these taste buds are situated. Where these taste buds are situated. You know that taste bud is situated in the tongue, but my friends, taste buds is also situated in the epiglottis area. Okay, epiglottis area and pharynx, epiglottis and pharynx, they also have these taste buds. These also have the taste buds. So we are discussing the situation of taste buds, where taste buds are situated. Situation of taste buds. Taste buds are primarily situated in the tongue. Understood? It's primarily situated in the tongue, but it also situated, as I told, it's in epiglottis. Epiglottis, okay, and it's also situated or also present in the pharynx. Understood? Tongue, epiglottis and pharynx. Primarily they are present in the tongue, okay, tongue in the form of papillae, in the form of papillae, okay, they are present in the form of papillae. Understood? They are present in the form of papillae, okay. Now the types of papillae, we have to discuss the types of papillae. There are three types of papillae. First one is called filiform papillae, second one is called fungiform papillae, okay, and third one is called as circumvallent papillae. There are three types of papillae, and in animals one more papillae is present, okay, but in our case, in the humans, there are three papillae. There are three papillae. The first papillae is called filiform papillae. Filiform, okay. Second one is called circumvallent papillae. Circumvallent papillae, and third papillae, the third category of papillae, they are called fungiform papillae. Understood? First one is called filiform papillae, second one is called the circumvallent papillae, third one is called fungiform papillae. Understood? Now, about the filiform papillae, they are basically a disc shape, or we can say the oval in shape, okay. Fungiforms are rounded, they are rounded in shape, okay, and circumvallent papillae, they are large. They are a large papillae, okay. They are present in the tongue. They are present in the tongue, okay. So once again, the sensation of taste is called also known as the gustation, okay, gustation. Now, where these taste buds is present, they are present in the tongue, okay. They are present in the tongue, they are present in the epiglottis, okay, they are present in the pharynx, and they are also present in the oral mucosa. Oral mucosa. Understood? Now, there are three types of papillae is present in us. The first is called filiform papillae, which is oval in shape, and they are small. They are small. Okay. Then second we have circumvallent papillae, which is a larger one, and then we have fungiform papillae, which is a round, okay, which is a round. Now we will draw the structure of taste bud. The structure of taste bud. Structure of taste bud, as you know that mainly the taste buds are made up of the four types of cell, okay. They are made up of four types of cell. Taste buds is made up of the four types of cell. So we are discussing structure of taste bud. As I said that taste buds is, we can say, formed by the four types of, they are formed by the four types of cell. They are formed by the four types of cell. Okay, these are your is it, yeah, these are the cells of taste bud. These are the cells of taste bud. Now these cells contain nucleus. These cells contain the nucleus. And between these cells there are one fourth category of cell, that's called the basal cell. They are present in this area. They are present in these areas. They are called the basal cells. Okay, the fourth category of cells. Their function is unknown. Their function is unknown. Now these cells contain the nucleus. They contain the nucleus. Okay, they have the nucleus. Understood? They have the nucleus. Now the four types of the cell. The first type of the cell is called testicular cell and type 1 cell. Second type is called simply the type 2, okay, type 3, and last we have type 4 or basal cell. Type 4 or basal cell. Understood? Okay, these cells, they are bit larger. I have to draw it clearly, and they are making the pore. Okay, they are making one pore, that's called the taste pore. These cells are a bit longer. Okay, and they possess the microvilli, except the basal cell. Except the basal cell, all the rest three cells, they possess the microvilli. Okay, the hair-like extension. They have this hair-like extension, and through this, they are able to sense the taste. They are able to sense the taste. Understood? Understood? Now, there is a nerve fibers. Okay, nerve fibers which is arises from here. Okay, these are the nerve fibers. Nerve fibers. Okay, these are your type 4 cell. Okay, type 4 cell, also called basal cell. Understood? These are your testicular or type 1 cell. Type 1 or testicular cell. Understood? Now these cells, they are a type 3 cell. Type 3 cell. Okay, and yeah, these cells, they are your type 2 cell. Okay, and these are called taste pore. Taste pore. Understood? Now once again, there are 4 types of cell. There are 4 types of cell by which one taste bud is formed. Okay, type 1, okay, type 2 and type 3, they have one special structure, that's called the microvilli. Understood? Now, in the center there is a type 3 cell. This type 3 cell is actual taste receptor cell. Write down, this is a actual, this type 3 cell, they are actual taste receptor cell. Now what do you mean by the taste receptor cells? In these cells, okay, in this cell there is a nerve fiber, okay? There is extension, there is a joining of nerve fibers. Nerve fibers are joined here, and these cells, they basically helping the taste receptor cell. Understood? Type 3 cell, type 3 cell, this type 3 cells, they are actual taste receptor cell. Understood? Now what happened once the food particles, they come, okay, they come through this pore, these microvilli, through this microvilli, they sense their chemical, okay, their chemicals, they sense their chemicals and they send it to the nerve fibers, okay. Now what happened here, there is something called taste transduction, okay, taste transduction. Now this is a process, okay. Taste transduction is the process where these chemical signals, or we can say the chemical stimuli, they are changed into the action potential. Understood? What if, see the simple story, no? Like food particles, they are coming, okay, and there is a pore called taste pore. Via the taste pore there are microvilli, and these microvilli are a specialized structure which is concerned with sensing their chemical nature, sensing the taste, okay, and sending to the type 2 cells. Type 2 cells also have the, you know, like it also have these microvilli, okay, and these microvilli, they send it the message, like this chemical stimulus, they are changing into the action potential. Understood? Now once you understood the structure of the taste bud, okay, now we will move ahead and describe the pathways for the taste. Till here you have any doubt? No? Okay. Like it is easy to understand, okay, taste buds is easy to understand. And you know, like sometimes what happen, there are conditions, okay, in which there is no anything in your mouth, okay. Maybe some of you feel this, there's nothing in your mouth, but like you are able to perceive a kind of taste, okay. Generally this happens in the case of not a normal lifestyle, okay, because you need something in your mouth, then only you can perceive any taste, okay, But sometimes what happened that in the case of some of the, we can say, psychotic patients, they are simply sitting or lying on the bed and they start hallucinating. We can say hallucinating gustatory sensation. Hallucinatory gustatory sensation means there is nothing in their mouth, but they are like they are thinking, oh, something in my mouth, okay. They are just like salivating, okay. Are you understanding what I am saying? Yeah. So it's a psychotic condition, and mainly it's happened in the case of schizophrenia, okay. Schizophrenia is one of the psychotic condition, in which there is called gustatory hallucination. Are you understanding? It's a gustatory hallucination. That's a problem. If normal people, there is nothing in their mouth and they are just suddenly they start feeling any taste, okay. So this is like, it's not good. No, it's good. No, yeah. So it's not a good. Now we are discussing the pathways for the taste. Pathways for the taste. As you know that once the chemicals stimuli they change into the action potential, then the nerve fibers they fire, they start depolarization, okay, and sending the message to the higher system, sending the message to the higher system. So suppose this is your parietal lobe, okay, and yeah, this is your one beautiful taste bud, okay, beautiful taste bud. This is one beautiful taste bud. Now the three nerves, first one is called facial nerve, okay, glossopharyngeal nerve, understanding, and the vagal nerve, or we can say simply the vagus nerve, okay. These three nerves they take this action potential, okay, and they goes to the parietal lobe. They goes to the parietal lobe. Why they are going to the parietal lobe? They first cross the nucleus of tractus salutatorius, which is present in the midbrain, okay, which is present in the midbrain. Nucleus salutatorius, tractus salutatorius, tractus salutatorius. Understanding? It is present in the midbrain. Then it move ahead and cross one more nucleus, that's called the posterior ventral nucleus of thalamus. Posterior ventral, you know, you have the thalami, one pair of thalami, okay, and there is a nucleus, and these nerve fibers they will terminate here. The second order neuron, first order neurons they terminate at the midbrain area, in the nucleus of midbrain, that's called the tractus salutatorius. Understanding? It's a first order neuron. Then second order neurons they terminate as the posteroventral nuclei of the thalamus. Posteroventral nuclei of the thalamus. Write down, it's a posteroventral nucleus, posteroventral part of the thalami, this is the nucleus, okay. Then the third order neurons they arises from this nuclei and they goes to the parietal lobe. Understanding? It's a pathway. Of, we can say, the taste sensation, okay. Pathways of taste sensation. Understanding? Yeah, don't confuse that. It's okay, I should draw it. It's your midbrain, okay, here. This is your midbrain, then you your pons, medulla, okay, and this is spinal cord. Understanding? Very good. Now, once we describe the facial, glossopharyngeal and vagal nerve, they supply the taste buds. Now we are defining the some of the primary taste sensation. Now how many type of taste you can sense? Yeah, very good. Primarily you are sensing only the three types of taste, okay. The primary taste sensation is mainly the four types, okay, but you know other rest, the secondary taste sensation, they are just a mixture of any two of these primary sensation. So we are discussing the primary taste sensation. Primary taste sensations. Primary taste sensation. Mainly you have four, S, okay, and one thing called umami. Okay, So S stand for very good. First, sweet or salty or what, whiter, what, sour, very good. First, sweet. Okay, you know, like just spelling. Okay, sweet, understanding. Okay, then you have second, this we can say short. Okay, sweet, sour. Then another is salty. Nah, it's not a salty. The third one is your sweet, salty. Yeah, it's the salt area. And then you have the one bitter. And then you have one newly discovered, that's called umami. Okay, that's called the umami. Primarily you have these four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Primarily you have the 5 taste sensation. 5. Okay, 5 taste sensation. But you know that there are more than 300. You have the taste sensation. That all are just a mixture of any two. Okay, they all are just a mixture of any two. That's called the secondary taste sensation. Understood? In the previously, there was the doctors, they are thinking these taste buds have the specific we can say the taste comes from the specific part of the taste bud. Okay, a specific part of the taste bud. Suppose this is your beautiful tongue. Okay, this is your beautiful tongues, and the taste buds they are present in your tip of the understanding. This is your tongue. Okay, so previously they are thinking that the taste, these specific taste comes from the specific we can say the part of tongue. Okay, part of the tongue where this taste bud is situated. Understood? The papillae, basically the papillae are situated. But now research proved that these tastes, they come from any parts. You can feel these 5 tastes in any part of your tongue. Okay, any part of your tongue. It depends upon the threshold. It depends upon the threshold. If you are consuming your diet, okay, and if in that the sweet content is more, okay, their threshold is more, it means you perceive primarily the we can say the sweet taste sensation. Okay, but along with that there are other taste which is present in your food content. You are also able to perceive that taste. Okay, but yeah, the taste buds, they are able to differentiate between the two type of the taste, just because their higher system is present in the central nervous system, where the taste is actually we can say the processed or analyzed. Okay, processed or analyzed. It also depends upon the learning. It also depends upon the learning. Okay, and you know, along with the olfaction, along with the smelling, it can also contribute the emotion. You know, sometimes like you eat any bitter things, okay, and you are like your face become emotional. That's happened to you? Yeah, just because there are areas in brain, okay, which concern, or which we can say they make collaboration with the nerves which is associated with the taste buds. Understanding? And I already told you, in the common cold situation, you are unable to feel the taste just because the nasal pathways, the nostrils, they are blocked, nasal pathways are blocked, and you don't have the proper olfaction, okay, proper olfactory sensation. Understood? Understanding? Yeah. So now, once you describe the taste sensation, and we already discussed about the taste transduction, that the chemical stimuli is changing into the axal potential. Okay, so taste transduction is a process. Taste transduction is a process in which the chemicals, we can say, chemicals energy is changed into the action potential. It changes into the axal potentials. There are different receptors, okay, which is present in the, we can say, the taste areas. Different taste cells carries different kind of the receptors. Okay, primarily the, we can say, G proteins. Okay, G proteins, these are the receptors. They are present, and along with there are other receptors. They are also present in the taste cells. Understood? Now, once we described the primary taste sensation, now we are going to define some of the applied physiology. Now, do you have ever feeling that your taste sensation is decreasing gradually? See, taste buds, they start, we can say, degradation or their degeneration, they start in the adult, in the case of old person. Okay, in the old person, the many taste buds, they degenerate. Okay, and their taste sensitivity is decreased. Okay, the taste sensitivity is decreased. But suppose those nerve fibers which is associated with the taste buds, okay, which is innervated to the taste buds, if any lesions arises in these taste buds, that result into a disease that's called the ageusia. That's called the ageusia. Ageusia means loss of taste sensation. It's happened just because of problems in those innervation, like the facial part. Okay, chorda tympani, branch of facial nerve. Okay, then we have the hypoglossal nerve and one more nerve, very good, vagal nerve. Okay, the second condition is hypogeusia. In the hypogeusia, there is a decrease sensation. Okay, decrease sensation of taste. Understood? Then you have the dysgeusia. Dysgeusia means, yeah, very good, it's a abnormal, or we can say the impairment in the perception of taste. Impairment in perception of taste. Understood? Clear? Now, apart from all these things, as I said, in the case of some of the bipolar disorder, okay, bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, there is a hallucinatory gestation. Okay, we can say the taste is like hallucinatory taste. Okay, also in the case of epileptic patient, and sometimes there are drugs. Okay, they can also alter the sensation of taste. Understood? Clear? So now we conclude our class. We discussed about today about the taste buds, okay, which is the very good sensation of taste organs. These taste buds basically are ovoid in shape, okay, and is present more in number in the adults and even more and more number in the children, and perhaps that's why they are more happier than us. Yeah. So then we define the situation of the taste buds. Taste buds is only not present in the tongue area, they are also present in the pharynx, mucosa, okay, and epiglottis. Then we discussed about the type of papillae, mainly the 3 types of papillae. Then we discussed the structure of the taste bud, that is mainly made up of the 4 types of cell. Okay, the one cell, basal cell function is still now unknown. Understood? And then other rest 3 cells, the type 3 cells, they are a main taste receptor cell. Understood? Then we define the pathways of the taste. Okay, via the taste bud there are 3 nerves which goes to the parietal area. Okay, then we define the primary taste sensation. Okay, 5 types of primary taste sensation. Then we define the taste transduction, a process to changing the chemical stimulus into the action potential, and then we discuss some of the applied physiology. Understood? So by this we are stopping our class. Thank you with having me. Bye. Have a nice day.